Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television. And now to some of the pictures you sent to our Eyewitness portal. We'll begin with this one from Abulegba in Lagos, showing a fallen electricity pole on a bus. Our Eyewitness reporter says this has posed a lot of danger to residents of the area. And then to the major issue at the moment, flooding. Our next picture is from Okota, also in Niger State, showing the effects of the downpour which led to the flooding of the area. Our Eyewitness reporter says many homes are affected and residents commute in canoes on the streets. Still on flooding is this one from Asaba, Delta State. Our Eyewitness reporter says this has made it difficult for residents of the area to move about. It wants and is calling on the government to do something about it quickly. And finally is this picture from Otukpo town in Benue State. Our Eyewitness reporter says it is as a result of lack of proper drainage system and is appealing to the government to come to their aid. We do sincerely thank you for sending in those pictures, as we ask that you keep them coming. Or staying with the threats of flooding in some areas in the country, predictions by the Nigerian Hydrological Agency have forced residents of Makurdi in Benue State to begin voluntary sanitation activities. The residents, who are mostly youths, have taken it upon themselves to sensitize people in flood-prone areas on the need to clear their drains and keep a clean environment.
The rising water level from River Benue comes with fear. It brings an unwanted guest residents would always dread, especially those living in the floodplains. The Nigerian Hydrological Agency had predicted there would be flooding in 8 major rivers across the country. Residents of Akpehe in Wurukum area of the state capital Makurdi are the first to have a feel of the prediction. The River Benue has over the years contributed to the flood crisis in the state, and these young people have taken it upon themselves to sensitize their unsuspecting neighbors on the need to guide against flooding.
We felt that we won't allow government to do things alone. We'll provide our own support and then also inspire them to do something. So what we are doing basically is creating awareness on when people should vacate, and also trying to clear the channels through which the water will pass through in order to stop it from overflowing its banks.
The state government is also leading the campaign. Major canals and drainages have been declogged, and they're encouraging volunteers to join them in the cleanup exercise.
Sometimes the government is overburdened with work, and as individuals, as citizens, we need to help in our little ways. So as young people, we thought it's wise if we contribute our own quota and educated them on what they should expect and do in case of flood. And one of them is our drainage systems. They have people have turned them into refuge dump places. So drainage system most times they are blocked, and when the rains come, there's no waterways are all blocked up by the waste poured in them. That's one of the causes, and that's why we want to contribute by clearing the drainage system.
For many of them, it's better to prepare ahead than be sorry, especially now that the rains are causing more pain than gain.
At least 198 Nigerians who had been living illegally in Saudi Arabia have returned home after the Saudi government threatened to expel undocumented workers and illegal immigrants. The Nigerians arrived at the Aminu Kano International Airport in Kano State in the early hours of today and were received by officials of the National Emergency Management Agency. It was gathered that they had avoided sanctions by returning home voluntarily under a 90-day amnesty offered by the Saudi Arabia government. The amnesty had been due to expire on June the 25th, but was extended by 30 more days. More than 1,000 Nigerians are expected to return under the amnesty offer. Meanwhile, the National Agency for the Rehabilitation and Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, says today that 2 suspected members of the trafficking syndicate have been arrested in Benin City, the Edo State capital. The head of NAPTIP in the zone told Channels Television that suspects were a husband and a wife, and they were apprehended with 3 of their victims.
Some of the items we recovered from them, the passports of the victims. We also recovered a diary indicating evidence of payments by suspects to them. We also recovered the pictures of female victims. They may have trafficked in the past. And in fact, they are claiming to have trafficked about 15 persons. That's their claim. They were still investigating. It could be more than that, because they have lived in Libya for 10 years with a home there, and they just came back in 2016, but are still in the business. The wife is, apart from that, we also impounded the vehicle they were using to transport the victims that early.
A large number of refugees from some African nations, particularly those in crisis-ridden countries, are currently in Germany, while the surge of more than 1 million migrants and asylum seekers who arrived in Germany in 2015 drew significant attention. The country has long been a major immigrant destination and is dealing with the issue of economic migrants. Channels Television, in partnership with Deutsche Welle, has been taking a look at the situation of some refugees and migrants in the country and their chances of immigration. Our correspondent Loretta Chogo was in Bonn recently, where she met with the Nigerian and the Ghanaian refugees there.
From days to weeks, then to months, on a very rough and deadly journey through the South Europe routes and across the Mediterranean Sea. A journey they believe they must make to change their lives for the better in Europe. Germany is the destination. DW and Channels Television, in a special project, meets with Mustafa Muhammad Ali, originally from northern Nigeria, but arrived born from Libya. He had relocated to Libya in search of greener pastures. But just as he was settling down with his wife, the Libyan crisis changed the tide against him.
When Libya was problem, so there is people are running, killing some people, so I just try to come Italy. I get ticket for Slovakia. I get Slovakia. From Slovakia, I take train to here Bonn. Was 2013. The refugees welcome. They help people. So that's why I find them and I told them my story and they accept and they give me permit of stay.
Sani Musa, a Ghanaian, is not as lucky. His reason for seeking an asylum in Germany seems not concrete enough, as he has already been rejected. He tells me he ran away from his community in Ghana because he set his neighbor's farmland on fire and destroyed his crops in a revenge. He narrates his experience on the journey to Germany.
After you reach Niger, you see a lot of people. They are there, they are doing connection. So they have more all those Buzu, Niger people. Sometimes maybe they will take your money, they will eat your money. Maybe sometimes some people, they will take some people are rich desert, they will kill them, Armed robbers, they are rob them, they will shoot, they will kill some people. If you get good driver, it will help you. If you not good driver, that means you are going to dead. You see, so they are beat some people, are robbing, are rape women, and collect their money. It's difficult. Yeah, Libya too. After you reach Libya, they will kidnap you for inside one small room. You call house, bring money before they will leave you. So if you not get money, they will kill you.
Sani is not ready to return home to Ghana. He says he has absolutely nothing to return to, but will rather keep struggling in Germany till he's accepted and integrated. How he will do that, no one knows. Loretta Chogo, Channels Television News.
The governor of Niger State, Abubakar Bello, has reassured Igbos living in the state of their safety against the backdrop of the ultimatum from the Arewa Youth Forum for them to leave the north by October the 1st. Speaking to representatives of the Igbo community in Minna, the state capital, the governor said that everything will be done to protect them and all other residents of the state.
The safety of its residents and the Igbo community is a priority of the Niger State government, and this is emphasized by the governor, Abubakar Bello, on the occasion of hosting the Igbo community leaders in Minna, the Niger State capital.
The unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable, and people must be allowed to move freely within Nigeria. Besides, your continued contribution to the economy of Niger State is something we're proud of.
Earlier, the chairman of Igbo in Niger State, the 19 northern states and Abuja stressed the importance of unity in the country.
I therefore join other perspective Nigerians in calling on all the diversity elements to drop the campaign of disintegration and advance views that will unite us. We align ourselves with the position of Southeast governors, Igbo elders and organized leadership, which reward destruction rather than agitation for self-determination.
Meanwhile, the president of the Niger State Igbo Community Association expressed his concern over the assurances given by the state governor.
The equation is my people in Pandogeri. What happened to the issue of Igbos in Pandogeri, where Igbo man was killed, an innocent Igbo man was killed. And 1 year after, there's no compensation. But I pray and I believe in what he said, that he's going to make sure that come May, that our people are safe in Niger State.
The safety of lives and property, as enshrined in the Constitution, remains the responsibility of the government and security agents. And, as stated by the Niger State governor, they will continue to do their best to protect all Nigerians living in the states, regardless of ethnicity.
When the news at 10 returns, Nigeria joins U.S. Federal Reserves and Ghana Central Bank to hold key monetary policies decisions next week. That's on Business News. Join us again.